Hey guys, I recently posted a video of a Parish Trap team, this very same one here on the bottom, and I posted it up onto YouTube, and I got a lot of great feedback, so thank you guys for that. I was reading through the comments, and Sam came up. He actually had a really good question. He says, I hate Parish Trap. This team is the bane of my VGC teams. Any tips on how to beat this team? I have a Volt Switch Rotom on my team, which helps a little. And I basically write, as you can see, read more, 36 lines. It's like a 5-paragraph response on various ways of dealing with it, and it's very tough to beat. In fact, this kid here on the bottom is my brother. He was listening. He didn't even watch my video. He just listened to me through the door, and then he copied the team. And you'll see that his Gengar is actually different than my Gengar. He put on Shadow Ball instead of Sludge Bomb, which is actually probably, it's a smart move. So some of his stuff is different, so I didn't really know what to expect besides the fact that I knew the Gengar and Liepard combo, and I knew the Politoed and Amoonguss combo. I assumed he heard me talk about them through the door, so I figured out. That's why I said this. I'm usually not this rude to my opponents, guys, but when it's my brother, anything can happen. So these are my 6 up here. These are his 6. And clearly I'm familiar with the team because I played it, but I wasn't expecting it to actually be different at all until he pulls out a move that is different than what I had. I'm looking through here, and I very commonly lead a Meowstic with this team, but I realized immediately that I can't afford to do that. Even though I'm afraid of getting spored, I have to go full out attack. You really need to do as much damage as possible. And so I knew I'm either going to see Politoed here or I'm going to see Gengar. Gengar most likely paired up with Liepard. Politoed most likely paired up with Amoonguss. So what I'm going to do, I end up leading with my own Kangaskhan and Rotom Heat. And this is the reason, because Kangaskhan's got Fake Out. And if he doesn't bring his Fake Outer, I can buy myself a turn to do more damage, or at least to waste his initial Protect. And if he brings Amoonguss and Politoed, I do have the Thunderbolt / Fire option here. I really don't have anything else to take out Amoonguss very quickly besides a strong return and like an overheat. So those are really my best options here. And then in the back, I bring Salamence and Ferrothorn, and I'll get to the reason for that in a second. But I do bring Ferrothorn in the back, and this is very important because I know he's the slowest thing on the field. So in case he gets off the Perish Song, takes out my front 2, he can't Perish Song and wipe out my back 2 if I brought him down to 2-on-2. And that's my goal right now. I try to bring him down to 2-on-2 so I can make sure he can't just Perish Song for the win. Because I am min speed minus nature Ferrothorn here. I know I'm the slowest thing. So let's go through this battle. I'll be stopping it and going it as we go to explain stuff. So what happens here, there's the Gengar. He starts Gengar Liepard, yeah. I go Rotom Kanga. Now here's the thing. My Kangaskhan is hidden ability, so I'm not afraid of him faking me out like this. Just like that. I was prepared for that, for this combo, because I'm hidden ability, which is Inner Focus. That's why I didn't Mega Evolve here. And I go for an Earthquake. Another portion of leading with Rotom Heat here is that I knew I could Earthquake and I could hit Gengar when it loses Levitate. So let me continue playing this real quick. He goes for the Fake Up Perish Song. Great move here. Go for the Earthquake. I hit him. I hit both. Good. That's really good. Look, he's back in down below half. I know he can't protect all 3 turns, so I'll probably get the K on him somewhere out here. And I also go for an Overheat here. And of course it misses. So Gengar's still alive here. Now, if I'd killed Gengar, you could be sure that, Gothitelle was coming out. But it was going to take a turn of getting returned by Kangaskhan and, half special attack Rotom heating it over. So I also didn't want to Fake Out here for fear of Encore. Nothing. I do not want to get Encored into anything I don't want to be using for the rest of the match. So that's why I didn't, do anything not offensive this turn. He goes for a very smart double protect here. I'm free to Mega Evolve now. He goes for a very smart double protect here. Waste a turn. Exactly what he's supposed to be doing. And here's what I do. I go for another Earthquake because I know it's going to kill Gengar. And with a Thunderbolt, it'll take out Liepard here. And I knew that if Amoonguss came out on this turn, if he switches, I will flip it back out. I don't want to deal with Amoonguss. I don't want to get locked in here with Amoonguss at all because I'm at half power with Rotom. Well, I'm not at half power yet. But if I'm locked in here and starting to get spored and stuff, I'm definitely going to lose my 2 before I take out anything. He's just going to regenerate it back up. Go for another Overheat, and Gothitelle takes it like a champ. I don't know what build he's using, but it worked really well for that. I didn't even get the KO, and that's a strong overheat. Another double protect, very smart here. It's going to wipe out my first two. And now I'm looking at a 2-on-4 here. He doesn't have a Perish Songer out on the field, which is, thank God. Because that means he's either going to have to switch or sack something to get him out. I come out with my Choice Scarf, Salamence, and my Ferrothorn. Like I said, Ferrothorn's here, and it's slowest thing on the field. I lock myself into Dragon Pulse, knowing it's going to hit everything here for neutral, and that I outspeed Gengar, which is really, really helpful for me, because I would die otherwise because of the foul play right there. And Gyro Ball will take out Liepard. Now, this is good for me, because we're in 2-on-2 here. I got the fastest thing and the slowest thing on the field. So, he's going to Rage Powder to try to pull my attack. Now, Rage Powder no longer redirects Grass-type attacks. Or, I mean, from Grass-type Pokemon, so I'm free to Leech Seed here. That Shadow Ball really caught me off guard, because I thought he just had Poison or Sludge Bomb like I did, and I was like, oh, Ferrothorn will have this for sure. That Shadow Ball did a relatively good chunk. I go for the Dragon Pulse, and now he's going to try to get rid of Salamence, which he does. Probably in retrospect, well, as soon as Ferrothorn came out here and he had these two, the game was pretty much over. Because he can't Perish Song. Actually, I think he ends up going for a Perish Song. I think he realizes it's hopeless, but that's just the kind of kid he is. But yeah, so I'm getting that Leech Seed up. It's really cool. I can stall him out now. He goes to the Perish Song, knowing he's gonna lose, but PO tells you tie, so I think he was going for that. He Giga Drains to try to survive my attack. He wants to survive 2 attacks here in order to bring it down to Perish Trap, or to bring it down to Perish Song and then get a tie on our record. But I got too much power in my Gyro Ball, and it's gonna do enough damage here when he can't protect. I think he fails the double, or he tries to get a little bit of health. It's not going to be enough, and that's going to be the game. So, just as a recap, what I did, I came out hitting as hard as possible, ready for either of his 2 Perish Songer starts. So you got to look at the Perish Songers. Very commonly, they're just going to leave with the Perish Songer because that's their whole strategy, you know. I would have been a little bit more in trouble if there was Rain Up and Amoonguss and Politoed come out. I definitely admit that. I would have had to have predict the protect first turn against the fake out. But once you're doing that kind of damage and you have the slowest thing, it's very important to bring something slower than them in the back if you don't think you're going to wipe, you know, the majority of their team out with your front 2. And so yeah, guys, that's pretty much all. I think besides that, I mean, if you have Prankster Taunt, I don't have Taunt on my my Meow Stick. That would have really helped in this situation. But other than that, that's the best you can hope for, I guess. I got a little bit unlucky. I missed with the overheat, which left Gengar alive, but I mean, like, I didn't miss anything in the future, so that was good too. And I hope this helps you guys against similar Perish Song teams. You will find them sometimes. They're really fun to play, so a lot of people do play them, just occasionally though, not all the time. But thanks for watching, guys.